Hi, I'm Heather Duffy Boylston. I'm one of the co-founders of Larchmont Charter School, along with Lindsay Sturman and Rebecca Hutchinson, and of course our founding educator, Devora Inwood.
I remember Lindsay contacting me while I was getting my master's. She said her local district school was overcrowded, not meeting its academic goals, and her neighborhood needed an alternative.
We wanted to create a school that was project-based learning. We wanted to create a school that was incredibly inclusive and that celebrated community and kindness and social responsibility.
Had I heard about this thing called charter schools? It was a little unfamiliar to me, so I attended a workshop with the California Charter School Association.
I read an article in the Larchmont Chronicle about this new school starting up, and it sounded really great and exciting, and I wanted to be a part of it.
I've been with the school for 19 years since its inception. I started working at the Fairfax campus as an instructional aide, but most of my years I worked at the Holly Grove campus, and for the last 8 years I have been supporting our HR team. One of the biggest things that stands out to me the most is just how much our community cares.
You know, as a first-gen child of two immigrant parents, the mission really appealed to me, and so we put our name in the lottery.
So I went and checked it out, started subbing, and became a full-time teacher in 2006, and I've been part of Larchmont ever since.
When I first started at Larchmont, I was single. I didn't have any children, and now my two kids, a first grader and a fourth grader, both come to Larchmont, and I can't imagine them being at another school.
And those early days were really kind of a barn raising. I remember seeing people, parents at the grocery store, buying stuff for snacks and lunch.
Whether it was parents painting classrooms or building furniture, or the teachers refining the mission statement, or the Esslers, or figuring out how to run the carpool line, we were all in it together and creating this sense of community.
All these parents had made this leap of faith to join this little upstart charter school, and we had to make it work for our kids. And that can-do, need-to-do attitude really built the community.
Back then, we were adding a grade level every year. I grew with the school and created systems because we are lifelong learners.
One of my very first memory of Larchmont Charter School is doing an all-nighter of getting ready for the first day of school because my classroom housed all the furniture due to a paint job, and we had to wait for the paint to dry before the furniture could be moved back into each of the rooms.
One of my most favorite memories was school sing. We had a very silly music teacher named Matt, and we sang Eye of the Tiger every single Friday for about a year. It was fabulous.
My first morning sing with Paul, who introduced me to Cat Stevens songs. We had swimming as an enrichment class. We had Garage Rama, where I donated my old BMW. My first fiesta was at the historical Gilmore Adobe at the Grove. I got to see a fun staff flash mob dance at music night.
I was a student at Larchmont Charter School from 3rd grade, starting at Holly Grove, all the way up until 12th grade at Lafayette. I will remember always the World Fair, the kindness and the generosity of the staff. I will never forget.
In 2009, my very first class ever, I had a sweet little kindergartner who was having a really tough time separating from his mom. My usual bag of tricks, giving him a morning job and having him bring a picture and a note from home, failed miserably. Ultimately, what did the trick was that our classroom community of 5-year-old kindergartners, without any prompting from me, banded together in this heartwarming display of empathy and made plans to take turns playing with him at recess and sneaking little toys and snacks to give him when I wasn't looking. It was the epitome of everything our mission embodies with respect to community, all coming from a little group of 5-year-olds. I can't leave you hanging without letting you know what happened to that 5-year-old. He actually came back to Fairfax 2 years ago for his cap and gown ceremony as he walked the halls of Fairfax, and you'll be pleased to know that he was one of the first Harvard acceptances for Larchmont.
Well, so much has changed over the years. The sense of community hasn't, and that is what I love about Larchmont.
We started kindergarten, first and second, and look at us now. Our kids are going out into the world and contributing and giving back.
Incredible. I can't imagine these last 20 years in Los Angeles without the community of Larchmont Charter parents.
Thank you to Lindsay and Devora and Rebecca and Heather for having the idea and the vision for starting Larchmont. And thank you to the families who took a leap of faith and sent their children to a brand new school.
And I thank you all for keeping it going. And I look forward to another 20 plus years.